In today's marketplace, the world is your oyster, especially when it comes to hiring staff, virtual staff, that is. And one of the big questions that people ask all the time is, okay, where in the world now should I go? Are there countries that are better for hiring virtual assistants than others? And that's a really, really difficult question to ask and answer, and we're going to attempt to do it here today on the Build Your Team show. Hey everybody, welcome to Build Your Team. I am your host, Atiba, and I've been building teams for my businesses for over 25 years now, and I've had a ton of success, and now I'm here to share what I've been doing over the last 10 or 11 years, building virtual teams for my businesses. Okay, so let's dive into this question about what country is best to hire a virtual assistant from. Well, it's not that simple, okay? It really isn't that simple. And there are three things that you have to consider when going outside of your native country to hire a virtual assistant. The first is culture. Now, if you've been here for a while, if you've listened to me before, you know I talk all about that you've got to hire first for fit. And as a matter of fact, if you've been here for a while, or even if this is your first time, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button right now. Let people know that you like this video, that I'm sharing good stuff, and also hit that bell so you get notified the next time I do a video here on this channel. Okay, so culture. You've got to hire for fit. Not every culture in the world you're going to get along well with. And I know that's a bit of a broad general statement, but the fact is the fact. So the Philippines, for example, they're very sweet, very loving people. They're very, I don't want to use the word docile, but they're definitely going to be more accommodating in terms of staff. If you're looking for someone who's going to be very hard and confront you and stand up for themselves, then the Filipinos are probably not the best fit for you. And that's okay. And that's why you have to look at the different cultures. Now, how do you figure out which culture is best for you? My honest answer to you is try them. That's what I did. I've hired people from literally almost every continent and almost every major country that has virtual assistants on this planet, from Poland to India to Canada to the Philippines to China and all around the globe. I have hired virtual assistants, and I've found for me and my business, I prefer the Filipino culture. I get along well with them. We share similar values in general. And so it just kind of fits and works really well for me working with the Filipino culture. Okay, now that doesn't mean that I don't have people on my staff from other places. No, I've got people on my staff who are in the Middle East. I have people in my staff in India. I've had people in my staff recently who were in Canada. So really and truly, it really depends. But the majority of people that you're looking for, you have to go and figure out what culture best suits you and your brand, okay, that you'll get along with well. So that's number one. The second thing is communication. This ties right into culture. So yes, we may have similar values, but if we can't communicate, then it's not going to work well. And so it's important that you're able to communicate with them. Is their native language your native language, or are you looking for someone who's fluent in your native language? Okay, then you have this being completely honest with you. You've got to deal with accents and dialects. So even if they speak the same native language as you, there may be accents and dialects that may just not work well for you, and you may have a hard time communicating. So that's the second thing. Right? So number one was culture. Number two is communication. So remember, these all go back to hiring for fit, making sure that this person is going to be able to fit well into your organization. And then third, skills. The reality is, and this is another broad generalization, but different cultures have different skill sets in general. Okay. For example, People from the Ukraine, they produce a lot of really great coders and people who can program and write computer programs. And so if you're looking for someone who's a great computer programmer, then maybe you go to the Ukraine. Okay? Filipinos are very creative in general. And so you find a lot of creative people there in the Philippines. So it really depends on the skills that you're looking for. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to find a Ukrainian that is creative. They exist. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to find Filipinos that are great programmers. They exist. Absolutely. Right? I'm just saying in general, that's what you look for. And you will see that different cultures produce different skill sets by and large. Okay? So those are the three things that you've got to consider: culture, communication, and the skills that you need. Now, all that being said, there are really 3 countries that have made great strides, is what I'll call it. Great strides in the virtual assistant industry, and places where they've invested in their population, or at least pockets of their population, and really done a great job of training them to be great virtual assistants. And those 3 cultures, those 3 countries, I should say, are the Philippines, India, and Jamaica. The Philippines, India, and Jamaica. In those countries, you'll find that there is specific education tailored for people to go to school and learn to become virtual assistants and support companies in different countries virtually. Okay, so that gives them a bit of a leg up. Now, the other thing about those 3 countries is they are 3 very different cultures. And so between the 3 of them, you may be able to find the right person or people for your business. And of course, you're going to ask me, okay, so how do I find them? Well, for me, I hire a lot of people from the Philippines, and I use onlinejobs.ph, and I'm going to drop a link down below. It is a referral link, and I do get a small commission if you decide to use it. Just full disclosure, but I'm going to drop that link down below, onlinejobs.ph. The next is Upwork. On Upwork, you can find people in both India and also in Jamaica. I've used Upwork to find people in both locations. Okay, so Upwork is another great opportunity or option, another great option of where you can go find virtual assistants in really the Philippines, India, or Jamaica. And then lastly is Fiverr. Fiverr, in my experience, if you're looking for just a spot job, someone to come in quick and do something and just in and out and be done, Fiverr is great for that. And you can find people in those 3 countries and almost anywhere on the globe on Fiverr or on Upwork. But onlinejobs.ph is only geared to the Philippines. Anyway, guys, I've got links to all 3 of those sites down below. Do your due diligence. Go check those sites out and try out people from different cultures. Get to know them. And the thing that I will tell you too is research the culture before you hire. So learn a little bit about the culture before you hire, so you can even see, are they a culture that, I'm going to relate well to, right? If you are a devout Christian and this culture is all Muslim, then that may not work well for you. It may not, because you're trying to hire for fit first and making sure that the people you bring in have similar values to you. And it's okay. It's okay, because what's going to end up happening is it's going to be a bad fit for you and a bad fit for them. And that's not good. Anyway, go check out those sites down below, guys. And good luck. And I want to know how you're doing. Let me know what countries you find and which countries you decide to hire from. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.